I was finally coming home for Christmas after years of military service. I'd pictured hugs, a warm dinner, and finally sleeping in my childhood bed again. Instead, just days before my flight, my dad sent me a message that shattered every expectation. What he did next turned what should have been the happiest reunion of my life into the ultimate betrayal, and eventually my sweetest revenge. If you've ever been blindsided by family, especially after giving them everything, this story will hit home. Smash that like button, subscribe, and share your own family betrayal story in the comments, because this isn't just about Christmas. It's about respect, justice, and getting the last word. For context, I've been serving overseas for years. The military became my life. Deployments, training, months away from home with little to no contact. It wasn't easy, but I kept telling myself it was worth it because one day I'd get to come home. And when I did, my family would be proud. This Christmas was supposed to be that moment. I'd saved my leave, booked the tickets, and even kept it a little under wraps so I could surprise my mom and siblings. In my mind, I kept replaying it. The look on their faces, the hugs, maybe even a few tears. I missed them more than I could put into words. But then, just a few days before my flight, my phone buzzed. It was a message from my dad. At first, I thought it was something normal. A "can't he wait to see you," or maybe "what time is your flight?" But no, it was short, cold, and it changed everything. He wrote, "You can't stay here for Christmas. We don't have space." I stared at my phone in disbelief. Didn't have space? This was the same house I grew up in. The same house with 3 empty bedrooms since my siblings had moved out. I called him immediately. "Dad, what are you talking about?" I asked, my voice shaking. "I already booked my flight. I haven't been home in years." His tone was dismissive. "Your stepbrother and his family are coming. We promised them the rooms. You'll have to figure something else out. Maybe stay with a buddy." My chest tightened. My stepbrother? The guy who barely talks to me? Who never served, never sacrificed, never even sent me a care package while I was deployed? He got priority, in my own home. "Dad, I've been gone for years. I just wanted to spend Christmas with my family." "You'll still see us," he said, brushing it off. "Just not staying here. It's not a big deal." Not a big deal. That night, I sat in my barracks room, staring at the ceiling, replaying his words. The anger bubbled up inside me, hot and sharp. I'd put my life on the line, missed birthdays, weddings, and funerals. And when I finally came home, I wasn't even good enough for a bed in my own house. But as much as it hurt, I realized something. I had a choice. I could show up, play the dutiful son, and let them treat me like an afterthought. Or I could write my own ending. And that's when the plan formed. When my plane landed, I didn't go straight to my parents' house. Instead, I checked into a hotel. Not a dingy roadside one, but the nicest one in town. Plush bed, hot shower, the works. It cost more than I wanted to spend, but I told myself, I deserve this. Then I made sure my mom and siblings knew I was in town. They were thrilled, of course. They hadn't even known I was coming. My mom cried when she heard my voice. My siblings begged to see me right away. But when they asked if I was staying at Dad's, I just said, no, there wasn't room for me. You could hear the confusion, the anger in their silence. "What do you mean, no room?" they asked. I let the truth hang in the air. Dad had made his choice. Now he could live with it. Christmas Eve rolled around. I dressed sharp, uniform pressed, medals polished, looking every inch the soldier I had become. I walked into my parents' house and heads turned. My stepbrother and his family were sprawled across the living room, kids running wild, presents stacked to the ceiling. And there was my dad, sitting smugly, like everything was normal. "Hey, son," he said casually, as if he hadn't exiled me days earlier. I didn't even hug him. Instead, I hugged my mom, my siblings, let them shower me with the warmth I had been craving. My dad? He got a nod. Nothing more. The night carried on, but I made sure not to linger. I was friendly, polite, but distant. And when it was time to leave, my mom asked, "Are you coming back tonight?" I smiled. "No, I've got a hotel. Plenty of space there." The look on my dad's face? Priceless. His little jab, his decision to cast me aside, had backfired. Instead of me looking desperate, I looked independent, respected, and everyone noticed. By Christmas morning, word had spread through the family. My uncles, cousins, even my grandparents heard about how I wasn't allowed to stay at my own house after years away serving. And guess what? They weren't impressed. My dad, who had always prided himself on family values, suddenly looked selfish, cold, and ungrateful. And the best part? I didn't have to say a single bad word about him. I let his actions speak for themselves. In the end, I spent Christmas exactly how I wanted, with the people who truly valued me. My mom, my siblings, and even some old friends joined me at the hotel for dinner. We laughed, shared stories, and for once, I felt seen. My dad, he got stuck hosting the chaos he had chosen over me. And as the days went on, the weight of his decision sank in. People stopped praising him for being a family man and started questioning why he had turned his own son away. The revenge wasn't loud or explosive. It was quiet, dignified, and undeniable. By choosing myself, I forced him to face the reality. He'd lost the respect he craved most. That Christmas taught me something. Family isn't about blood or titles. It's about who shows up, who values you, who makes space for you. And sometimes, the sweetest revenge is simply walking away and living better. What about you? Have you ever been betrayed by family only to turn it into your own victory? Drop your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't payback. It's proving you never needed their approval in the first place.